Good, happy Friday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, man shot in Manchester dies of injuries. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
That make bold entrances. Released today, the newly reinvented 2017 Cadillac XT5 luxury crossover for $439 a month at McMulkin Cadillac.
This was the scene last night at the intersection of Beach and Merrimack Streets in Manchester. Police were investigating a shooting that left one man dead. Investigators are now confirming that this is a homicide case.
An autopsy was conducted today by New Hampshire Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Thomas Andrew, who has determined that the cause of Mr. Vasquez Ojeda's death was a gunshot wound to the chest, and he certified the manner of Mr. Vasquez Ojeda's death as a homicide.
Police responded just before 7 p.m. and found 25-year-old Jonathan Vasquez Ojeda with a gunshot wound to the chest. He later died at the hospital. There was a car in the center of the crime scene, but officials could not comment on if the victim had been inside the car when he was shot. This comes after several calls to police about shots being fired in the area in recent days. It has people in the neighborhood surprised and concerned.
I've noticed a lot more police volume, definitely. It seems like it has gotten a lot worse. It terrifies me, especially for people with children. And, you know, we got to park right down the street. You got kids riding their scooters. You know, it's absolutely horrible.
The Attorney General's office says the investigation is ongoing. They are asking for the public's help. If you have any information, you should contact Manchester Police. In Manchester, Naoko Funayama, WMUR.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Extreme drought conditions worsen in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Vehicles that make bold entrances. Released today, the newly reinvented 2017 Cadillac XT5 luxury crossover for $439 a month at McMulkin Cadillac.
This pipe that spans the Merrimack River is normally submerged, and the water level at Lake Massabesic, the primary water supply for Manchester and parts of surrounding towns, is normally a foot higher. Still, officials in the area say there is plenty of water and are at this point only asking for some voluntary conservation measures.
There's no restriction for consumers, but again, we ask all of our ratepayers to conserve water. It's a valued resource. You should never waste water anyways.
Normally, the water level for Lake Massabesic at this time of year is up to this grass line, but that's where it is today. Low water levels have prompted officials to close 2 boat launches on Massabesic as drought conditions continue to expand west across the state.
Boats have been grounding out, trying to get in and out of the water. The water levels being so low, rocks are exposed out on the lake, and we've had issues where people have been stranded in the grasses because of the propellers being caught.
Philip Crosdale says they have started to release a 1 billion-gallon water reserve that is enough to raise the lake level about a foot. State officials say many communities are getting pinched by the drought this year, but their biggest concern is what happens in the next several months.
Certainly, we do depend on snow in the wintertime, and we depend on refilling our lakes with spring snow melt. And so if we don't get that this spring, we're going to be in real trouble next year.
James Gallagher says that the short-term forecast isn't good either, and these dry conditions are expected to be around for a while. Putting live in Manchester, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Donald Trump concedes President Obama born in U.S., campaign says. In what appears to be a major reveals, Donald Trump, one of the main opponents of the birther moment, conceded tonight that he believes President Obama was born in the United States, according to a statement from his campaign. Trump himself, though, has still never said he believes the president is American born. The move comes hours after the Washington Post published an interview with Trump in which he again refused to acknowledge that the president was a natural-born American citizen, a belief he has clung to for years, despite proof to the country. U.S. feature lows ahead of CPI consumer sentiment. U.S. stock index features indicated a lower open on Friday morning as traders eyed the release of key inflection data and looked ahead to next week's meeting of the U.S. Federal Reserves. East Coast faces gas shortages, price hikes after pipeline leak. Let's take a listen to this video from CNN.
In just 2 years, it's transforming our world.
The big winner, energy stocks, crude oil surged 6% after Saudi Arabia raised prices for oil sold in Asia. Oil prices, of course, have been volatile. Gas prices have been relatively low and staying there, but who knows when that'll change. Now there's a way to protect yourself at the pump. Something called lovemygasprice.com lets drivers basically purchase insurance against rising gas prices. This is how it works. You pay $4 a month for insurance. That gets you a cap of $2.75 a gallon. If the national average rises above that, well, you get money back. It's a way to plan like airlines and shipping companies. They use the futures market to lock in rates with fuel contracts. Now that it's almost certain Hillary Clinton...
Okay, and that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday, and I'll see you back here later on today. Goodbye, everyone.